yet another Friday Night Magic tournament from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. My name, as always, is Zach Evans, joined tonight by Brandon Hodge.
How's everybody doing out there?
How are you doing tonight, Hodge?
Can't complain.
Can't complain. Well, I can't complain either. We're going to watch some imaginary wizard fights here.
That's it.
So let's do a little business here. 24 people tonight's FNM. Not a ton of people. Don't know exactly what is going on with the numbers.
Would it be people that traveled to the Grand Prix?
Oh, I completely forgot that Charlotte is within driving distance, and there's a Grand Prix there tomorrow. So that probably has at least a half dozen people gone. So that puts us back up to our average. Mm-hmm. Still a little bit down from previous highs of the pre-holiday stretch where we were averaging over 40 for a better part of 6 weeks. But yeah, so 24 runners tonight, which means we'll probably still have 5 rounds, followed by a cut to top 8. Standard as always. Lots of. I
said it. I don't care.
Well, everyone on the stream knows my opinion of standard format. Although it is with the Pro Tour having been last week, and there are a fair number of new decks, so we should see some new archetypes. Should be some. We have low numbers this week, but a lot of the ringers, I would say, are here. So we should see some. And we have seen a couple decks that we wouldn't normally see on stream. So let's talk about our first matchup for you in round 1. On the left, Jonathan Wright playing American Flash. For those of you who follow us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic, you'll be aware that one Jonathan Wright finished 28th in last Saturday's Star City Games Cincinnati Standard Open with a record of 8-2, doing better than a laundry list of Magic pros for a smooth Benjamin in the process.
Or as I like to refer to as last week, Boris Reckoner week.
It was Boris Reckoner week. He's playing American Flash deck that eschews the Reckoner plan and just plays Geist of St. Traft, because that is still a very good Magic card.
Yeah, that card still exists.
That a lot of people have forgotten about. Here we see the traditional game of rock, paper, scissors. Paper Tiger getting it done against Rock Lobster. If you want to win your own place of those cards, stay tuned. You'll learn more about that to come. He's playing against Adam Vickers. Adam usually plays Brian Kibler's Golgari aggro deck, but this week he is playing a Grixis control list. So you've got like a mid-range control versus just solid control matchup.
And it's amazing how we were talking about Geist of St. Traft, how that card can just take a control deck to just unbelievably quick aggro.
There are some decks that literally lose to a turn 3 Geist.
Yep.
And that's not an exaggeration in any sense.
If you can't sack it, you're in a lot of trouble.
It is a pain in the butt, I believe is the technical term.
No,
so we're going to go
to Azorius Charm.
Yeah, the Azorius Charm is basically useless in this matchup other than cycling. So if you watched any of the Pro Tour and the control mirrors, I don't think anyone casted an Azorius Charm that wasn't end of turn cycling it. So Adam's, I didn't see it, I don't know the verbatim list, but it's basically what you would expect out of a Grixis control deck. He's playing Mizzium Mortars as a sweeper. He can't play Mutilates because he has 3 colors, so he's not Mono Swamps. He's just Grixis.
Jonathan Wright, no turn 4 play, which obviously makes you think that he's got Restoration.
It's usually the tell for Angel, but of course in this game he may not be willing to run that into a counterspell.
Yeah, I don't know how much benefit he gets at the end of turn Angel right now, just because Adam Vickers is playing control. But once again, he goes for it.
You just got to run your threats out there and hope if he doesn't answer them. And the good thing is a lot of Adam's removal is sorcery speed in Dreadbores and what's another thing I just said? Mizzium Mortars. I do want to tell everyone that we do have a bit of a treat for you. I don't want to say exactly what it is, but I guess everyone who's watching is already going to be watching anyway. But there is a gentleman in this room tonight, not a casual player either, one of our past winners, who is playing 240 cards in this deck.
Oh, wow.
His deck box...
What could that be?
His deck box is a fat pack.
240 cards, and he's playing mono red? That's insane.
Well, yeah, he's playing 240 card mono red deck. He's got a bad matchup against everything.
Against everything. The dog in the parking lot is a heavy favorite. Show and tell deck. You have to get that on camera.
Yeah, so we'll get to it. Garrett Meadows is playing Battle of Wits tonight, so One way or the other, we're going to have some fun with that.
And this again just goes to showcase my lack of knowledge for this game. Restoration Angel has just absolutely been great for Jonathan. It's really the only pressure he's applied, but you have to think how much control he has in his hand right now.
It's not, I mean, it's just one of those things that, even if you know it's likely going to be murdered anyway, you have to run it out. And it's going to Izzet Charm, countering the flashback Ultimate Price. Ultimate Price got binned off of the Forbidden Alchemy. But at least you partially tap Jonathan down. Mm-hmm. Jonathan's in a pretty good spot with that Angel living because he can untap. Now he's up to 6 mana. He's got a plethora of counters and removal spells. Or removal spells doesn't matter in this game. All of his removal, thankfully, is burned, so he can just... They're not dead cards. This is actually a tricky matchup for the control deck. Usually the control deck would be favored here because they have Drownyard for the long game, but because Jonathan is playing Geist, and he's playing like a kind of a counter-heavy version of the Flash deck, this is by no means like the aggro Reckoner Flash. It is very much like a mid-rangey control version. I love how in Standard now, and when I say love, I mean absolutely hate, but like every deck is mid-range. Like every deck is like...
Yeah, it's mid-range control, aggro, mid-range.
There's like 50% of cards that show up in every deck, and then you just flesh out their other 50, decide how many lands you want to play.
What did he...
He Pillar of Flame the Snapcaster.
With a 3 power and 11 life, I don't know how...
Huh?
I don't know how much he's at 11 life, a 3-powered Angel in play.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You think you would have pillared him instead?
Yeah, I think I hold the pillar there. I mean, Snapcaster poses no real threat at this point.
Yeah, you could argue that. See, Devil's Play getting is it Devour Flesh? Is that the sack?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's seeing a lot of play. It's actually very fortunate that Adam has that in his deck. A lot of the Esper decks at Cincinnati that were doing well had a couple of those main deck just to answer cards like Geist, and it answers Reckoner well. Basically, there were two kinds of decks in the room. There were Reckoner decks, and then decks designed to beat Reckoner.
Right, and it's counter matchup, like kind of like, obviously it's not at this string, but like the Callblade era. You either play Callblade or you play something to beat it.
Yes, I just played Goblins.
So did I.
I did very well with Goblins. Goblins.
I won an invitational qualifier with Goblins.
I remember that, the one at Charcon 2 years ago. I paid for a lot of my legacy decks with Goblins. And there's a Magmaquake for 5, tapping out for that. It's going to do 5 damage to all creatures and all Planeswalkers. Actually, this is a card Adam jammed in his deck right before the event. Oh, is he realizing it's not
an instant.
Not flying, I think. It's all because it's an earthquake effect.
Right, okay.
And so Jonathan, being the nice guy that he is,
Hurricane.
Jonathan being the nice guy he is allowing him to take-seas, back-seas. So here we see Tamiyo with 2 mana up to pay for Izzet Charm. Not inconsequential. I don't know how many Syncopates Jonathan runs. I know he plays some Counterflux. At this point, if it's still resolving, I'm wondering if Jonathan's just deciding which counterspell he wants to use.
I think if he does have a Syncopate in his hand right now, I think you Syncopate.
This would be the time to use it. So the discussion in the chat about the, so we do see a counterflux. Discussion in the chat about mortars. Does he have another one? Doesn't matter because he does not have any colored mana sources. This is the problem with your one of Slayer Stronghold and your one of Desolate Lighthouse, is they do not tap. They don't let you cast any of your spells. A lot of these decks are playing 1 or 2 Slayer Stronghold, and I don't know, just the ultra-conservative player in me really hates that, because it's just, in a 3-color deck, you know, there's just too many times. Just a couple weeks ago we saw Jeremy Bales playing Boros, like aggro. There's one game where he had Plains, Slayer Stronghold, and then lost in, like, very quick fashion, because you can't cast any of your cards. So no play from Jonathan. No Geist yet to make an appearance. There's discussion in the chat I was going to talk about. There was this minor controversy in the Pro Tour when Melissa DeToro, who ended up top 8ing, played 2 lands in the same turn, and
Oh wow! I wonder who she was related to at that point.
Well, if you watch it, it's very unlikely that she was cheating at that point. It was one of those like grindy control games where there's like 1,000. Mm-hmm. I don't know. If we got run out of magic for playing 2 lands, I think everyone would be.
About every single one. So
it is of course magnified when you are on camera playing at that top level, but it's interesting to watch. You can go back and watch that, observe for yourself. End of turn Sphinx's Revelation.
Seems really good considering Adams has 1 colorless mana right
It's good in the sense that it's a very strong play. It's bad in the sense that it's been a long time since they've printed a card that slogged down a game of Magic more than Sphinx's Revelation. If you watch the Pro Tour again, just so many games where it's just like Sphinx, then Sphinx in response, and then Sphinx back, and everyone draws their whole deck, and you've got 18 lands in play, and oh, it's the worst.
Like, I watched a little bit of the Pro Tour, didn't catch a lot. Was there a lot of Jace Memory Adept in that?
Yes.
Because it just seems really good.
Because everyone's
saturated.
Everyone's playing these decks that try to go long, and then Jace wins that war the most. So Thundermaw Hellkite comes down. Adam with only 1 mana. Well, I guess he's got 2 mana open.
He's got 2 mana with the
but he can't.
Keyrune.
He can only cast Essence Scatter, I guess, would be the only card he could cast here that would answer this problem. It's interesting to see what he's thinking about here, unless Jonathan's trying to think out what he wants to do. Oh, he's going to Slayer Stronghold it and just attack. Oh no, attack Jace. Jace starts at 5.
Slayer Stronghold gives it.
Does Jace start at 5?
Yes.
So he had to Slayer Stronghold to kill the Jace?
I wouldn't. Can you bring Jace up? I don't know if it starts at 5 or 4.
We will look it up using our technology.
And then if we can get an Oral Text on Slayer Stronghold, what does it boost its power by?
+2/+0. I do know that one.
So he's tapped out. He swings in for 4. Strayhorn makes it 6. The Pillar of Flame that he wasted earlier would have been game.
Yes. Well, he couldn't have cast the Pillar.
Yeah,
well,
Jace does come in at 4.
Yeah, if he had, yes. We are getting confirmation. So why did he pump him to attack Jace?
I have no idea. I guess
very weird sequence of plays.
He's just making sure that Adam can't draw cards, but you have to assume he's got some way to deal with the Thundermaw.
I'm just trying to think of a card that Adam could have cast there that would have forced that. I guess maybe he just wanted to leave him back. I guess if you don't have anything to do with that mana, you can just leave him back to block. But at 22 life, this is not quite the race situation. But you are right, pumping it, attacking for 7. If he had Pillar of Flame to Adam directly.
Attacking for 6 because Jace's activation of making it -1, -0.
Ah, so that's how Magic works. Magic is hard when you're bad.
It's really good when you just draw the right card, though. It's really easy.
Last week, one shop patron indirectly gave grief to me through another shop patron because I was making fun of the second shop patron for playing Thundermaw Hellkite because it requires no skill. The mistake there is assuming that I'm making fun of the player for playing Thundermaw Hellkite, which is the opposite of what I'm doing. I just hate that Thundermaw Hellkite is a card. It's actually not the most egregious card in the format, but it's just...
I mean, it's a creature, you know.
5 lands, a good combo is 5 lands and Thundermaw. So, what is this going to be? Nicol Bolas? With 2 up to pay for Izzet Charm? No, Flashback Alchemy. If I'd been paying attention, I would realize that he was looking through his deck. Snapcaster, Keyrune, that's none of those went around.
Get there, yep.
So, game 1 goes to the American Flash deck.
Two play set that I don't understand was the Pillar.
Mm-hmm.
The Pillar play early, and I really don't understand why he attacked Jace there with the Thundermaw.
Well, I guess that it's one of those things where you can't really make that kind of...
without being in the game.
No, without seeing what was in his hand. If he had no way of protecting his Thundermaw, and that was his only out to victory at that point, you killed Jace, don't let him factor Fiction, and possibly come up with Ultimate Price or whatever. I guess it just depends on what he had in his hand. If he had a handful of counters or other threats, then... But I do want to take this opportunity, like I do every week after the end of the first game, to thank the fine folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics in beautiful South Charleston, West Virginia. They let us, completely of their own volition, they let us broadcast their FNM to the world. So we definitely appreciate them accommodating us. It is no small feat to to let me come in here and set up all this equipment. So we appreciate that. They've got 4 locations in West Virginia: Princeton, Beckley, Parkersburg, and here in South Charleston. So if you're ever in the metro area, make sure to swing by. And you can't see it because I need to make a new graphic, but we start this coverage, a Friday Night Magic stream, every week, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching live now, obviously, twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic is the location of the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, try to come watch us live some week. If you can't make your FNM, come watch ours. We'll also take a minute here. I want to remind everyone, as I will be doing all night, that if you are regional to the West Virginia area, that means 2.5 hours gets you to Columbus. Basically here are the places that are 3 hours from where we are, give or take. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Roanoke, Blacksburg, Lexington, Marietta, Ohio, Columbus. Cleveland's a little bit of a stretch. Morgantown. If you are anywhere in any of these places and you want to come down and win a smooth $250 in cold, hard American currency, check out our Star City Games Invitational Qualifier. You heard Brandon mention that he won one 2 years ago at Charcon. That is a cash tournament, so $25 will get you in. It is a standard tournament. More importantly, it is held on Saturday, March 30th, here at the store in South Charleston. There's more information on our website, ZachSellsMagic.com or LostLegionGames.com. Just get in touch with me through our various forms of social media. So $250 and Star City Games invitational entry to the winner, and then generous pack payouts to everyone else. Those are the minimums listed. There's, of course, additional packs based on attendance. In the top 8, I'll get exclusive playmat, top 8 pin, and then they earn some Star City Open Series points of their own, so you can possibly qualify. Obviously, if you are in Europe, or you are in South America, or some other far-off, distant place, and you can't make the trip down, make sure you watch our live streaming coverage, twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic. The easiest way to make sure you never miss an event is if you click on that follow button above and to the left of the video window on Twitch. That way you'll subscribe to our channel, and anytime our stream goes live, you will receive an email notification.
I refuse to believe that an ocean is a reason not to come.
Yes, I think you're exactly right.
Yeah, I think that's petty.
I got a lot of feedback last week from our European contingent that said they would love to come if it wasn't so far of a trip. I think that's just a lack of dedication.
Yeah, I think that's lazy, to be honest. Yeah, I'll say it.
Now, to be fair, I basically had to blow myself out of bed with dynamite to go to Cincinnati last week, and that's only 3.5 hours. So, do as I say, not as I do, is what I'm trying to suggest.
I'll tell you something that gets overlooked is you look at the people with Lost Legions. There's very few people that are as accommodating to players as what the people who run this.
Yeah, this is I know I'm completely biased, and as people always ask me, I do not own the store. I'm in no way affiliated with the store on a financial or investment basis. This is all volunteer work I do. So I don't have that. I'm not completely biased. It's not like it's my store. But there's a reason why I come here and play and not to... there are 3 other options, basically 2 regional options and one's a little bit further drive, which I play at sometimes based on the events they have, but it's just a little bit inconvenient. But this is there's a reason why we get the numbers we do that come out here. It is a very nice place to play. Very friendly people. Good prices. And a lot of stuff too, like obviously we are full into Magic, and I imagine the majority of people watching are watching because of Magic, but they do most of their business. They do a lot of business in comics, in Warhammer and War Machine miniatures games, a lot of stuff like that. So if you're interested in other stuff, make sure you come down and check that out as well.
And you can judge things like that just based by the fact if you watch people that leave the shop. And what I mean by that is very few people who spend a significant amount of time here for an FNM or be it an invitation qualifier leave in a bad mood.
No.
The majority of people come here have a lot of fun doing it.
I have a lot of fun, and I don't even play. Some would argue that's why I have so much fun.
I have a lot of fun, and I don't play well.
People are always, believe me, I don't feign any celebrity from this. This is all just a fun little side project for me. But I do get a lot of people who contact me throughout the week and stuff. And they're always like, Zach, why don't you play in the tournament? It'd be so fun to see you play some week. And what I want to say, I respond in a very tactful manner, which is like, well, I've got, I want to make sure the stream works, and I'm willing to make that sacrifice. In reality, I would have so much less fun playing than just sitting in this room with talking.
How many likes would they have to get to convince you to play?
So Garrett, you're making an appearance, which means probably didn't go well for you in game 1.
I almost got their game 2.
Of course.
He did. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Garrett is, of course, the one playing the Battle of Wits deck that we talked about, so we'll get him on camera next round.
I'm not playing Burn.
Yeah, he was playing a Boros Reckoner Burn deck, so we decided to go ahead and wait for round 2 when Garrett has a chance. Because, not to say that your deck is bad, but that's the worst possible matchup for
I
you.
followed turn 4 of game 1 to prevent 5 damage. He skull cracks me.
Oh, what a jerk. That's why no one likes Nicol Taylor.
Beat him in here to take a seat.
I'm just kidding. Michael's one of the nicest guys in the world. But so we are, for your benefit here, Garrett, we're watching, I know you were sitting right next to them, but we're watching Jonathan Wright piloting his American Flash deck against Vickers, who is, he's loaned out his Golgari aggro deck this week, and he is playing Grixis Control. This is Max's Grixis Control. Deck, yep. How did Max do at the Star City event?
I think he went
4-2?
4-2, and then he got his third loss.
Yeah.
Playing against werewolves, of all things.
that's like
the deck that I suggested for him.
That's
to play.
like losing to his own poison, isn't it?
Yeah, I suggested for him to play werewolves. He's like, no, it's not good.
Well, I would argue that it isn't good, but anything can win on any given day, right? So far tonight, Garrett, we've been talking about why people are being less...
Syncopate.
That's Adam Vickers. He does have a lot of unique pronunciations for Magic cards. Then, of course, is a Syncopate. It's funny he knows that one. Half the fun of knowing Adam Vickers is asking him to pronounce Magic cards.
He just said that he lent out his Golgaria deck.
Golgaria. We tease because we love.
Yes.
So we see a end of turn Restoration Angel get met with Syncopate. How did it resolve? Did Adam counter, or did... Oh no, he cast the second one.
Yep.
And then Adam answering with Vampire Nighthawk. Those are main deck, aren't they?
Yeah, probably. I think he runs 2 main decks.
I did not realize until you came in just now that this was the deck that I watched Max play for like 3 rounds the other at the event. So Thundermaw Hellkite making an appearance. Adam Vickers writing on his playmat. Did you see that? See that giant line? Here's your low light of the week, is Adam Vickers writing on his own playmat.
Matches the food stains. But of course the end of the Evan Irwin magic show.
Matt, the one that Scott Driver also plays with, but for whatever reason Scott's like destroys our camera. Like it just constantly flashes colors. My camera technology cannot handle the red. Staff of Nin.
Very good card.
It's a little late here.
Yeah, I think another Thundermaw. Just go ahead and wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Adam is tapped out.
I don't think he has.
I think
slow roll McGee's there.
Yeah, I think he wins.
I think there was a slow roll in the Pro Tour. Did you see that? In the top 8, I think it was.
Oh, no. I mean, Adam had... Oh, no.
Oh, it was in the finals, actually.
I forget that Thundermaw will tap that Vampire Nighthawk.
Yes.
That'll do it.
That'll do it, too.
Yeah.
No, that won't do it. That will...
Just put him down to 4.
Yeah, but and Boros
Jonathan,
Charm.
How are you not killing people this turn?
Boros Charm for the win. Did Adam not ping anything? Nicol Bolas. Now, you have to take control. It doesn't untap it, right?
Correct.
So you steal the untapped Restoration Angel?
Correct.
And then pray that Adam doesn't do it, that Jonathan doesn't have a Boros Charm? If he had a Boros Charm, he would have used it, I would think.
For those that don't know, Nicol Bolas is gain control of target creature or destroy non-creature permanent.
Mm-hmm. It's Dr. Of course, faithful stream viewers will refer to him as Dr. Nicholas Bolas, MD.
Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, so Jonathan has, like, literally a million outs.
Everything. Almost his whole deck gets him out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Almost his whole what gets him out of this?
+3, destroy, +3, Bramble Crush, -2, Control Magic, -9, win game.
-9, Emrakul.
Emrakul. Cruel Ultimatum, basically, isn't it? Well, no. It's his own thing. I don't think that's a card.
He is Cruel Ultimatum.
Form of Cruel Ultimatum. Later tonight, we're going to play some demo tracks from Garrett's and I's Swedish metal band, Extort the Gravecrawler.
Extort.
I don't know how that started, but that never stops cracking me up. Because I'm a simple boy. So Jonathan must have just like the most reactive hand possible.
Immortal Servitude.
Is his whole hand just like counterflux? Like, what could he have that doesn't impact his board state? As it is, he cannot attack.
Right.
He cannot attack profitably. A
Nighthawk
Boros
Transport.
Charm wins the game. A combination of Burn Spell plus Snapcaster wins the game.
Snapcaster alone wins the game.
If Vickers
Is
has
there- what's in the
Force Will
graveyard?
blue card,
Snapcaster alone. Oh, never mind. I was reversing the abilities of Snapcaster and Restoration Angel. That's why I'm not good at this game.
Yeah, that's not how it works,
Yeah.
but we'll allow it.
to be fair, if you Restoration Angel your Snapcaster,
It does work like that.
yeah, you then get to slap your opponent in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Little known rules interaction. Also, more importantly, I mean, Vickers can't attack either.
But Vickers is not trying to attack. Vickers is going
Vickers has a
to...
Staff of Nin and a Nicol Bolas.
The question is, does Vickers have any way of gaining life in this deck?
He has Tribute to Hunger, I think.
So do you Snapcaster Thought Scour just to dig for an answer?
Yeah, I guess this is the main phase.
Mm-hmm. Milling, Snapcaster, Hallowed Fountain, and then drawing a card that we didn't see. That land. More than likely that land,
Yes.
right? So 4 mana, 3 cards. A Thundermaw Hellkite, a Snapcaster, and a Restoration Angel staring down Dr. Nicholas Bolas, MD. Staff of Nin,
And there's women.
Thundermaw
Dr.
Hellkite,
Nick and the women.
Dr. Nick and his girls. What's funny is I believe, is the Vampire Nighthawk in that art, is that a female representation? Well, because the one in the
FNM
promo is a male.
Yes.
So obviously I play the promo one in my cube.
Yeah. Because you're keeping the women down.
Actually, I think, mostly because I think it's a better looking card, although a lot of people differ with me. I love that promo.
Obviously, he plays the promo because he hates Melissa Del Toro.
If you listened last week,
I was in here for that rant.
well, I don't, she's a very accomplished Magic player, and she's clearly good at the game. No one was ever disputing that. It was just the method by which. So we're going to see an Azorius Charm here, right? Because otherwise this attack is awful, right?
Maybe. Jonathan's not moving to his hand. Like,
Oh! Did he see that? Whoops.
I think if you were going to Azorius Charm there, you go to attack, then Azorius Charm on the Snapcaster. Before you declare damage is declared. It just seems like a very...
That was very odd. I don't know.
It's almost like he overlooked Death Touch of...
I don't know if he saw the play. He might have been thinking the staff is going to take out my Snapcaster into turn and missed the play with the Restoration Angel.
right.
I mean, trust me, Jonathan knows his deck in and out, and clearly based on last weekend's results, is very good at piloting it.
Right.
But, it's a very awkward situation. So blowing up the Sacred Foundry. This, Nicol Bolas, which is now on
If he misses a staff trigger, that's on him.
6.
We're not going to stop the game to...
Did he not draw a second card?
Yeah, I mean, that's just out of order sequencing. You can't do that. If you miss it, you miss it. I mean, I know it's FNM, but it's also just a Staff of Nin.
It's the kind of thing that if I noticed it and was sitting across him, I would remind him to draw an extra card. But since we are here off-site in the broom closet, I'm not going to jump over you two gentlemen to run out there to remind him to draw an optional card.
You're right. It's not a May. Max.
Is Max
That's freaking Max arguing with me.
Max Turner trolling us in our own chat?
It's not a May, but it's also a trigger. Like, you can miss triggers.
Main phase, Sphinx's Revelation? Seems really... Or is this the end of Adam's turn?
Syncopate.
And in response going to Staff of Nin.
No, I think he syncopated it, and then he's finishing off the Snapcaster.
Yeah, that was main phase. Oh, that's very weird.
So Adam can go
But
on the
see,
offensive
he
here.
caught that trigger that time. Adam's in a really good spot here. So old Nicholas Bolas, he went -2 and he's upped him twice, so he's on 9. So he can ultimate him next turn, which is game, right? I mean, I know you don't like to ultimate your planeswalkers to kill them, but when they have to sacrifice 7 permanents, is that
They only have lands.
Seems
in play.
is that a pretty good play?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm new to this game. Sacrificing all of your cards in play, is that a pro play?
Seems like your opponent has a...
I'll tell you what, most of the decks that I play in Standard have a good matchup against no permanents. How about your Battle of Wits deck, Garrett? Is it a good matchup against no permanents?
Usually, Battle of Wits is strong against no permanents.
In playtesting, Jonathan's brother Scotty was a total jerk because Garrett cast Battle of Wits and then he Verasked it. What a jerk! So we see.
I got in the next game with Battle of Wits though.
We see Jace AOT come in. We're mini-fact of fictioning, picking up a land and a Sever the Bloodline.
If I'm going to yell anything out there, it's going to be 16 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the point of the game. If you're playing a control deck, guys, you just don't want to play Jace. Like, that's...
Actually, this is the point where, to be perfectly honest, this might be the point, too, where if you're Jonathan, right, you think about conceding at some point.
Absolutely.
So you could win the...
Jonathan has the faster deck. If I was him, I'd wait till the 10-minute call.
Yeah, I was just talking about greater. I mean, I don't think either of them is going to be trying to hedge their bets at this point. But
I've also had the experience with Vickers, where I had sculpted a perfect hand off Sphinx's Revelation, showed it to him, where he has nothing on board with his Golgari deck. He said, no, I want to play.
Hey, he wants to play it out.
He wants to play it out.
Deal with it, Garrett.
I did.
Now, can he ultimate Nicol Bolas this turn?
He can ultimate. When you ultimate Nicholas Bolas, that's called getting your PhD. I just made that up. Had to like it, guys. Not one of my. I'll be honest. It's not some of my stronger work.
In response to activation,
Actually, it's the card.
Boros Charm, Snapcaster Boros Charm.
It's good. There's no way that resolves because Adam has 1,000 cards in his hand. Is Adam playing counterflux? I mean, I guess you can try to flash in a couple like Snapcasters or something to keep a land, or something. I don't know. Searing Spear? Wouldn't you flash that back at the end of your turn or during upkeep or something?
Yeah.
Oh, on Adam. Is Jonathan going to steal this game somehow?
Should Vickers Staff of Nin himself?
No.
Okay.
Was that like a real question? I don't know. I mean, I guess he could concede too. I mean, all of these things seem pretty bad.
Are you allowed to attack yourself? Can he target himself with Nicol Bolas?
It says, yes, to target player.
Would that be a good play?
No. Trading a Snapcasters.
Instead of killing it with the Staff of Nin?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ultimate.
He's got time.
I mean, if he has Counterspell in his hand, he could care less, I guess.
Max, you need to be in bed. You're sick.
There we go.
So the writing's on the wall, so with 13 minutes left to go, Jonathan goes ahead and scoops him up. Moving to Game 3, he is, of course, playing the aggro deck and going to be on the play in Game 3, so he possibly has a chance to win the third game.
You really want to start the last game against Control like at 8 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Because that gives you the opportunity to win and then no chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's real talk. That just happened.
What?
That was pro advice just now.
I was reading the chat. Did I miss a good joke?
No, I was commenting on what he said.
I ate a couple brownies earlier. That's that's a pro play right there. You come to the shop, just enjoy some brownies.
I ran Westside today.
Westside? Did you say that the whole time?
Yes. Every turn. And I also hummed, they see me rolling.
Oh my.
The entire day.
Yikes. So, for those of you loyal viewers, of course you'll remember that every couple of weeks, fan favorite and stream regular Max Turner lets you, our Facebook fans, pick the deck that he's going to play at FNM. So 2 weeks ago you chose Goblins, which is basically a deck that doesn't really exist in Standard, which is kind of awkward for Max. But he did put together an interesting list. Unfortunately, last week, due to preparation for Star City Cincinnati, he just did not have time to put that deck together. And then this week, he woke up with what is likely food poisoning this morning. So he's unable to attend tonight, so we'll have to push that off to next week. So
once again, I think I'm just going to chalk that up under excuses that just aren't good enough.
I don't know.
So far, we have not been able to cross an ocean.
Yeah. Unwilling to fly from the UK and Scandinavia for our $250. Look, if you come to this if you fly here from London, and then win the tournament, you're only down like $400.
Right.
It's worth the long weekend. I mean, that's a lot of entertainment you're getting. Clearly, over 400. That's a bargain.
I think so.
All you have to do is win the tournament.
I mean, I'm no financial expert.
Mm-hmm.
But I do claim
it would be funny if
that's a good investment.
It would have been funnier if you just stopped there. I'm no financial expert, guys. I just wanted to say I wasn't a financial expert. Just head to the house.
I may not be a doctor, but I did just see Nicol Bolas play.
That's one of my favorites. That's when we need someone in our loyal fans to doctor up Dr. Nicholas Bolas, MD, alternate card.
Can we just have Matt send his PhDs or something?
Just send Dr. Matt.
Is he gone?
Dr. Matt went back home on Monday.
That sucks.
It is unfortunate. He'll be back in a month, but I don't think he'll be here he's just driving through. I think he has another...
the 4 Magic events we have in a week.
I think he's just coming in for a day, and then heading up to Morgantown to visit some friends up there. Gotcha. That's where he went to graduate school medical school. He did, however, manage to leave the area before... leaving me with literally all of his Magic cards in my backpack, and also his car phone charger in my car. So congratulations, Dr. Matt.
Well, that's because he got wasted.
That is like the minimum number of things that Matt will leave in my possession at any time he comes over.
He did.
My grandma...
He did drink 2 beers at Outback, so...
My grandma in that situation would say he'd lose his rear end if it wasn't attached.
His is attached?
His was attached, actually, so he did not leave that. We got home on Saturday. What time did you fellas get home?
I got home about 4 o'clock after dropping everybody off.
Yeah.
I got home at 15 till 7 in the morning.
Were you playing cards?
I was at the casino.
Probably more lucrative than our trip.
Oh, you can tell yourself that.
Well, comes and goes.
I would have lost a lot less money if I would have just stayed.
It's a game of variance.
No, I did fine, I guess.
We got home at 3:30.
Jonathan's lands.
Lands suck.
All of them come into tab.
Well, no, that's a Steam Vent, so I got your top deck.
And there it is. Does the Geist resolve? This entire game may the perfect answer. Devour Flesh. So an edict effect, forcing Jonathan to sack it.
Jonathan gains 2.
Jonathan gains 2 life at 22. Steam Vents. So I would think that this draw-go battle is something that Adam has no problem with. Another Geist.
So that's why I kept tapping it.
Oh.
Think twice. Completely okay.
Think twice.
Oh, is that the preemptive angel token underneath the Geist?
Pro move. He's cocky.
Pro move.
He's played Geist for 1,000 years.
Drownyard's active.
Drownyard is active, but that's not going to be good enough. There's a Slaughter Games in Adam's hand. Do you take 6 here and just get the Sphinx's Revelations? I think he would say Geist if the Geist wasn't on the board.
Right.
Does anyone agree with that?
Has he seen Geist?
I don't know. I mean, Vickers' deck has a
So we see Boros Charm.
Wow.
So with the attack that's coming in, Adam's life is effectively 6.
Vickers is taking 14?
14 next turn. He'll take 6 from the Geist and the Angel token, and then we'll take 4 each from those 2 Boros Charms. Oh, are the Sphinx's Revelations out? Oh, he's taking Thundermaw. Okay. That's fine, too.
Yeah, fair enough.
He probably has Nighthawk. Nighthawk against...
Nighthawk's really good against
Geist,
but because it doesn't die to Izzet Charm.
It doesn't die to the Geist.
It doesn't die to Geist. Well, Snapcaster's good against Geist too, but it dies to Izzet Charm and Searing Spear. Well, I guess it dies to Searing Spear. Nighthawk dies to Searing Spear too, but
correct.
I mean, you're not going to have anything that's perfect. And look at that pro play. Look at that smooth mechanics there. So he doesn't Boros Charm there.
I don't like that. I don't like him letting him draw the opportunity to draw the counterspell to stop all of it.
Well,
unless he drew a 3rd.
You could do it on upkeep, and if Adam has counterspell or something, it makes him waste a turn.
Why not do it when he's tapped out?
That might be what he's doing right now. To try and bait out a counterspell.
Mm-hmm.
Do you Snapcaster Devour here? Yep.
Doesn't he have an Izzet Charm?
Yep.
We saw the
Izzet Charm.
Yep.
But the Snapcaster lives. So, I mean, end result is still the same. But with the other Boros Charm and the Angel token...
The Angel token and the 2 Boros Charms get in there.
Well, he just used the 1.
Okay.
So Adam's life is effectively 2, barring him having a Dispel with the 1 blue mana open.
He could also have Luster Squall, which is nothing against the hexproof creature.
Well, we didn't talk about our trip to. Well, I'll save it for later. This is actually a real game going on here.
Yeah. Okay.
Boros Charmia.
Or was he indestructible?
Oh, using the indestructible.
Yeah, he did use indestructible.
I guess that's even better.
Not really.
Yeah.
Nighthawk.
There's the Nighthawk. That's why we got rid of Thunderballs. I mean, Jonathan's play puts him in the same situation either way, but this way he has you guys still on board.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. No attacks, so Adam may have been able to stabilize here. You know what these Grixis decks really want is Consuming Vapors. Do you remember that card from Zendikar block? I think it was from Rise.
I assume you're talking to Brandon.
Yeah, it's an Edict effect that has rebound, and you gain life equal to its toughness.
Yeah.
So it'd just be so good. It's a 2-for-1, and you gain incidental life.
Or Vapor Snake.
So now Vickers can... What does he play? Izzet Charm?
Yeah.
Draw 2, discard 2.
I mean, his hand must be just garbage, because Izzet Charm is just... it's 2 lands. Because Izzet Charm is effectively card disadvantage in the loop mode.
Right.
These are all pro plays I'm pointing out here, guys. I don't know if
you draw 2 and you discard 2, you don't get ahead?
If you cast a spell, draw 2, discard 2.
I'm just humbled to be...
That's a one card negative downswing.
I'm humbled to be in the presence of this kind of...
No, I mean...
Not a 1 card positive downswing?
Yeah, positive downswings are really tough to come by in this game.
Got kicked in the nuts.
So,
getting kicked in the nuts, though.
we're getting... It's not even the end of round 1 and we've already lost it.
What is this?
So Magmaquake for 2.
That's good.
Jonathan has 1 card in hand. That's brutal. Because this will allow Adam to attack with a Nighthawk and go up to 8 mana and get out.
Keyrune.
Yeah. Well, I'm just the gaining the 2 life is so huge because it gets him out of double spear range. It gets him out of counterflux.
Well, I wonder what took him so long to make that decision.
Well, I mean, he might have been thinking about. Actually, I don't know.
He wasn't thinking about the other card in his hand.
Tamiyo.
What's that?
Tamiyo tapping a land, right?
It could tap the Vampire Nighthawk, but...
Seems like a bad play. Again, he could concede. Theoretically, a play he could make is conceding. No Thunderous Wrath on top, because that card's not in his deck. The only difference with this plan versus the other plan is that if he had Boros Charmed, he would have been at 2 and be dead to Pillar of Flame, but I guarantee you there's no Pillar of Flames in his deck anymore.
Well, that and Vickers would have been attacking this entire time.
Yes.
Like, this route has kept Vickers at bay.
Yeah, you keep gas on board and force Adam to be reactive. And Adam's playing it super safe and leaving back the Keyrune as well.
I think Adam's playing it Super Saiyan.
Drown ya. 2 Snapcasters. I was about to say how it's dangerous to do against the Snapcaster deck, but when you mill all their Snapcasters,
You know, 2 Snapcasters and a
Searing
Searing
Spear Jonathan probably has.
I think these decks play 1 in the main and then 1 in the sideboard. I mean, it's not like Jonathan's deck is a copy of something directly, so he could have any number. Jace here?
Yep.
Jace going to get countered. Oh no, Azorius Charm in response. Jur occurred. Whiff. Fact or fiction here, right?
I don't know, do you +1?
I think you dig for a counterspell.
Okay.
Mortars and 2 lands, is that what it is? Mortars it is. Tell them to go on the bottom. Never mind. Jonathan reminds them.
So he Mortars next turn, and then he can go on the offensive?
So
Yes.
welcome to round 5 of our
If you're just tuning in, round 74.
Left Markham in the chat.
Cliff Markham said he couldn't make it tonight because he had some other things to do.
Is that another Boris Charm?
That was an Azorius Charm.
Sure.
2 lands and Azorius Charm.
I think you're wrong.
Well, we'll have to go check the videotape.
Get John Madden on that.
I don't know if I'm more. I don't really feel comfortable mortarsing here. Okay, so staff.
So staff instead.
I don't really like tapping out, like, because you're going to win this game as it is. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got 3 mana.
Yeah, he has Dissipate up. Deceptively, he has Dissipate up.
Keyrune.
Is there 2? Oh, the Keyrune. He doesn't have double blue.
Attacking Tamiyo? Ooh, I just let Tamiyo go. He obviously just drew another Geist.
Yes.
Hey, guess what? Guess what?
No, he had to attack Tamiyo because Tamiyo's going to ultimate.
Okay. Oh, and he does have the Magmaquake in his hand. No, he has Mizzium Mortars in his hand. Who cares? It's not Magmaquake.
You just ultimate Tamiyo here?
Depends on what his hand is. I'd Factor Fiction first.
If you have a counterspell in your hand, yeah, you Factor Fiction first. That, of course, being the Jace ultimate. Nope, he's going to play it safe.
Fortress tapped.
But he has an 8 life there. There's a Syncopate.
Yeah, this game's effective.
This game is over. If Jonathan had more cards in his hand, theoretically, he could, make him...
Also, the timer's over. So.
Yeah, again, my timer is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know exactly what the time is, but clearly we are towards the end of this round. This has been some good Magic, though. Pretty good round 1 matchup. Pretty unfortunate for these 2 guys that they draw each other in round 1.
You playing in the game day tomorrow?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. Wow.
He doesn't want him to have the Drownyard.
Yes, but
Something tells me I'd rather him have the Drowned than Syncopate.
Well, it depends. I guess if he has a burn spell, he can.
Well, that and he's playing the ultimate Tamiyo.
He can nug Tamiyo, but like I'm trying to figure out a sequence of cards that Jonathan could draw that would help him win this game. And I think the only thing is like Boros Charm, Snapcaster Boros Charm.
Thunderball.
Thunderball has been slaughtered.
Can't spell
Detention
slaughter without
Sphere.
laughter.
Can you counter this?
No, we have Syncopate.
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 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not enough.
Yeah, yes, Keyrune.
Oh, Kieran. Is he going to miss it? Oh, this would be the worst.
He is.
Oh.
Such pro play.
But that makes 9, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, he can only syncopate 4, 8. Jonathan can pay for it. D-Sphere resolves on Tamiyo. And now we go into Staff of Nin beatdown mode. I really would have ultimated Tamiyo. I mean, I know...
Staff of Nin is the worst planeswalker.
Yeah.
He's the worst planeswalker ever.
You can have it for 10 turns and it's still terrible.
It's a 20-turn clock, Garrett. I don't know what your problem is, but in the Magic world that I live in, that's pressure. I know we've talked about this multiple times before, in that, you usually get a lot of players will get a little rambunctious and, ultimate their Planeswalker when it gets to exactly ultimate level,
right.
Not save it for the next turn.
Which
but
is right there.
Tamiyo Emblem...
It's about the most powerful
Is
standard.
Yeah.
I don't understand him not doing it.
And we
Miracle and
entered
Treaty
time.
Angels and Tamiyo Emblem. Number 1 and number 2.
We have just entered time.
So this is turn 1.
So Jonathan draws Snapcaster Mage.
Never a tell.
So turn 1 is Jonathan's turn.
We assume unless they're filthy cheaters.
Can Adam do 16 points of damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can, because he gets 3 attack. No, he only gets 2 attack phases.
Right.
So he can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can do 12.
I don't know. Oh, there are Rakdos return. Max, are there Rakdos returns
Yes.
in your deck? So
Yes.
He does have the out of fireballing.
Uh-huh. So attack for 5. That's
I
good.
just talked to Ghost Max.
Another Night. Okay, there we go. That's still not enough, I don't think.
Keyrune?
There we go.
That will do it.
This is lethal. And this also might be one at the end of the game show you I had all this still.
He had all this Tamiyo emblem if he wanted it.
No, I mean, like, show your opponent that, for the next 5 turns I could have done this to you. Give me the win.
The chat thinks that the Snapcaster was a pump fake. That's a very pro play, but I think he just drew a Snapcaster. This is turn...
We're overestimating Jonathan right here. This would be turn 3.
I guess this is turn 2.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know. I mean,
they were passing turn whenever they announced.
It was Thoughtscour.
Yeah.
Oh, a Snapcaster and a Dr. Nicholas B.
The only one in the deck.
It's a promo. Uh-oh, Slayer Stronghold.
Okay, so he obviously didn't draw a Snapcaster, or he would have thought Sour himself.
I want to live in a world where he did draw a Snapcaster. And it's just the slowest roll in the history of Magic.
Far be it for me to deny you that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Representing 11. Does Jonathan have... Do not tap your blue sources here, Adam. Because a Searing Spear at least gets you to a draw, right?
Called it.
Oh, what's that? Snapcaster.
Do it before blocks. Staff of Nin before blocks.
Staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I just touched the staff. That's the most exciting thing.
Well, he's gonna spear something.
But I just got really excited and said he touched the staff. Because we're all hovered around the monitor.
He just has, both these times, he's had just enough to play around Syncopate. Gosh, this is one of those spots, don't take this wrong, this is not a comment towards Jonathan. But this would be a spot in this situation, I think he does ping before blockers. If I'm Jonathan in this spot, and it does go past time, we need to draw, I'm conceding this game. Because it's just one turn away from... At a big tournament, if there's a million things on the line, maybe I wouldn't. But round 1 of the FNM. Because Adam is in pretty good shape here.
Can I send him subliminal messages?
Well, of course, if this is turn 4 like it is, it's not going to matter.
Right.
Unless Jonathan has... Fog.
Fog would be good.
He can exile now the Spirit Guide. Cast Fog.
Play around everything. So there's another Syncopate. Olivia or no?
Oh,
Why
would you take Olivia there?
Because
he also puts him in the graveyard.
Every time.
I've never played Magic cards.
He's going to hate us this week.
2013.
Attack for this many? Oh! So by the skin of his proverbial teeth, by the threads of his Top Gun hat, Adam Vickers
retains his Top
Gun status and moves to 1-0 on the day by winning this round 1 feature match here at Lost Legion's Friday Night Magic. Some pretty good Magic to start off the event, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
So they'll turn in their slip.
Whatever.
They, of course, will turn in their slip so that we can get on with this thing. There's a sneaky Garrett. Welcome here to the broom closet.
A beard coming into full.
I'm Dr. Lumberjack today, or Professor Lumberjack maybe. I have the glasses. My contacts are acting up.
Yeah, right.
If you watch, no, they were, because I hate wearing glasses. Because I look like some kind of. Let's be honest here. I'm not really James Deaning it on a normal basis. So the glasses, are basically the last nail in the coffin of the nerd appearance.
You're a lumberjack scientist.
I think the fact that you're streaming to people in other countries about our fake wizard battles, I don't really think there's a whole lot you can do to up the nerd appearance. I think it's concrete.
It's a very valid point, Brandon, that you bring up, is that I'm basically throwing deck chairs off a sinking Titanic. Is that what you're talking about? That'll help, right? It's like getting the Baconator triple combo and then getting the Diet Coke. course, I do like to drink diet soda, even though I'm a big boy, because I like to eat. I like to eat my calories rather than drink them.
Right. I just like it because I like the taste of diet soda.
Can you swap out diet soda for more bacon cheeseburgers? As I understand it, that's the American way. Can you get a cup filled with bacon cheeseburgers?
Well, you know,
theoretically you can.
And then put a straw in it.
Oh, every American stereotype we've just lived up to. So
they do have blenders.
You know what makes this all the more funny?
Oh no!
What makes this much more funny is yesterday I actually was a human being. I went to McDonald's and ordered 100 chicken nuggets. That happened.
You ate 100 chicken nuggets?
Obviously not by myself.
Okay.
3 people.
That's a very important detail to share with the group. So Garrett, of course, highlighting what is that? Is that some trade stock that he brought? Is that is that part of your cube? No, that is Garrett's standard deck tonight. He's playing Battle of Wits, and assuming that your round 2 opponent does not play burn and is cool with it, sick with it. I get whoops. Well, I dropped that.
I'm down to 3 Battle of Wits.
Yes.
Percentage.
It just ruined your deck, but so that's going to be super fun. We were talking about before. Is it a 5-color Battle of Wits, Garrett?
4-color, no red.
No, so no red.
I'm not that crazy.
You're not that crazy. So he's playing a lot. You're playing like all the sweepers. You're playing fogs. You're playing Farseeks, Mana Fixers, Elvish Visionaries. Everything that hopes to stall the game.
And then like kind of mid-rangey, like Centaur Healers, Loxodon Spiders, Restoration Angels.
Yes. You're playing like a pseudo-control deck, but you're not really trying to control the game to win. It's a stall. You're just trying to buy as much time as possible.
Like I could go on the offensive in a dream scenario, but
yes. And then of course there are only two. There's only 2 tutors in the format. Increasing Ambition from is that Dark Ascension?
Yeah, Dark Ascension.
And then Diabolic Revelation from the core set. So that's basically your
Which is the much better one, because I have like 1 up Fall, 1 up Dispel. If I get to search that way, it protects my combo a lot.
Yeah, because Diabolic Revelation lets you search for XX, right? No, it's
X3 black.
Yeah, so 5 mana, then X, and then you can search for X cards. So tutors for X cards. So you can set up. You can get a sweeper and Battle of Wits or whatever.
I gotta go.
Okay, well let's see who you're playing. And then possibly you'll be on the future match. Thank you, JB. I was thinking earlier today I need to do a series where I just take pictures of whatever shirt JB is wearing every week, because he has the coolest nerd meme shirts. Garrett, you're playing Scotty Wright.
Sure.
Do it.
It's a good matchup.
Yes, Scotty Wright is playing Jund. I don't know. Hey, come here! Oh, never mind. I was going to show everyone his Top Gun hat. So we're moving to round 2 now. We've got Garrett playing Battle of Wits against Scotty Wright playing other Magic